love to.
Yay.
I would love your
Hit
guys'.
us up.
I just want to tell you a story about something that happened last weekend. And I went to the beach.
Ooh.
And would love your guys' POVs.
What happened at the
Do you,
beach?
guys, do you guys like the beach?
Yes.
No.
I like it on a hot day. When it's hot, you go in the water.
It's-
Yeah, get sandy.
It's what I realize is that I usually hate it because sand gets everywhere.
Yeah.
But I recently purchased a beach chair that also is a backpack.
I also purchased
So-
clothes for the first time.
Oh, so maybe you didn't like the beach because you were
Yeah, I was always
not
naked.
clothed.
It was getting everywhere. But now that I wear clothes...
Let me get your naked body.
But anyway, so I got this backpack beach chair, and it changed my life. It's like you're not sandy the whole goddamn time.
How is it a backpack if it's a chair?
So it's really just a chair with straps on it. It's not really a backpack.
Interesting. I feel like you're being charmed by the invention of a chair, which is funny, because chairs actually have been around for a while. It's not like you're like, yo, did you check out this new thing they got, chairs? You don't even have to sit on the ground, which is great for the beach.
Honestly, though, that's the worst part about the beach. You get sand everywhere. And there were no good ways to bring a chair on a fucking bus in New York. But now that it's on my back...
I think the worst part about a beach is the sun. It's so hot at the beach.
That's why there's
So
water.
hot.
You go in the water, you cool off.
You just get
Yeah.
sunburned.
Well, there's actually a thing
yeah.
for that.
That's...
And there's certain beaches where there's jellyfish and they'll just sting you rotten.
Okay.
It sounds like you had a traumatic experience one time.
Yeah. Gracie, so what's the story? Tell us about the story about
Yeah,
the beach.
okay, so I'll let you know.
Now that we've set the stage.
I was heading to the beach last Sunday to hang out with some
Nice.
friends, and to get to the beach
Cool.
from my apartment, you have to take a bus.
Mm-hmm.
So I took a bus, and I was on the bus for like a super long time. It takes me like an hour 15 to
Wow.
get there.
Yeesh.
And I was sitting next to this guy, and he was texting someone, and naturally, because I'm a nosy person, I looked over, and I just like, checked out
Casually
his-
eavesdropped
Casually
on
looked-
the personal details of his life.
Correct.
Sure.
So I looked over at his text messages, and I saw that he had written to this person, I know he cared about you, or, sorry, no, it was, he was your father, he cared about you. And I was like,
Whoa.
oh. So that is, like, pretty intense for a first,
Most of the time when
The
I
first
look at
text I
people's
saw.
texts, it's like, all right, the money's in the bag, like, never speak of this again. Like, just boring
Right.
stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I delivered the pizza and the ounce. And it's just like, okay,
Right.
fine.
yeah, exactly.
So what did
But
you?
So this was,
What did you say to him? You clearly.
Yeah, you had to have said something.
Oh, no, I did not
You
say
didn't
anything,
ask him
because
out?
it got more interesting
cute?
after this.
Ooh, so you kept
No,
reading.
guys, it's not even the peak of the
Oh.
story yet.
Oh my god.
Okay.
I've already climaxed
So
though.
he-
Also,
says-
I want to say this story is not about the beach. It's about the bus to the beach.
Correct.
She was just
Correct.
also wanted to brag
point.
that
But
she
it happened
figured
on
out
my way
why
to
we
the
like
beach.
chairs.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he says he was your father, he cared about you. And the person was typing, and so I said, I gotta see this response. She says the following.
Oh my god.
He was the lover I never got to fuck.
Whoa.
Wait.
Right.
Wait.
So this went from like 60 to 180 miles per hour.
Can you roll us back one text?
So he says he was your father, he cared about you. And she replies,
He was your
he was the lover I never got to fuck. So immediately, I'm like deer in headlights, and I needed to like text someone
You also
about it.
now cannot get caught looking at it because
Oh yeah,
Exactly,
you can't get caught because
exactly.
that's like,
Like-
you can get murdered now.
Because, so like in these two texts, a story has emerged that she has a lost lover that might be incestuous.
Maybe it's like Father Christmas or Father Time or like a
it's
pasture.
father figure,
Yeah.
father figure.
What Gracie is describing right now is ripped from porn headlines.
That's true. That's true.
So you start looking the other way, but keeping your head on a swivel, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay.
Exactly. So I don't want to make it obvious or whatever.
Right.
But
so
a couple
let's be
texts-
honest, everyone on this bus is just staring at this guy's phone.
He
Was he shielding at
was
all?
projecting
Like, did
it
you have-
from the-
I feel like you got to be shielding if you get that kind of. You're talking about that shit.
He so he was kind of turned. So the way the bus like seat works is that it's facing like the way you're going, and it's only
Yeah.
two
So you were
seats.
behind him.
And so he was.
How did-
I was next to him.
How do the bus seats compare to your special backpack chair?
Oh, I had it right next to me. Can we not bring up this chair again? You guys are ruining it for me.
You were so excited about it. You don't want to talk about it anymore.
Because that's what, okay, forget it. Anyway, so he keeps texting. He's kind of turned a little away
Yeah.
from me, which that's why I wasn't turning my head. I was more so like my eyes were looking
Yeah.
down, but I was trying to look straight physically.
Very,
And
very
he-
coy, very sneaky.
So I started texting my friends saying, this is happening right now. This is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So then I checked back in with the guy's phone, and he says, she says, it becomes clear that someone has died.
Oh,
Clearly.
man.
Yeesh.
So, so the person they're talking about has passed, I believe.
Right.
I'm like 80% sure.
Okay.
And then she says, John, it just hurts. And I was like, okay, this guy's name is John. Jon. He's not a John. And he replies, I know, and that will never go away. Trust me.
Yikes. That was not very comforting of him, of John.
I know.
John's kind of a
You want him to lie to her? No, dude, it never goes away. This was her father/lover. Like, those are two things that you don't get over.
Maybe
Right.
it was. I have a question. Maybe the father loved her so much that it was like having a lover, but that they never fucked because they shouldn't, because they're father and daughter.
But also,
That's
it's
like the weirdest way to communicate that, but
it's like an Oedipal thing, right?
it is edible.
You know, like, but who's the, Electra is the
Electra
female
complex,
version,
yeah.
right? Yeah, so maybe she had an like a hardcore Electra complex.
well, softcore because they never fucked. That's a wacky story.
Well, first of all, so this whole thing is going down, and I feel like I know him on a deeper level, and we get to a stop, and he turns to me and he's like, oh, I need to get off. And he was very sweet, and I was just like, I wanted to be like, I'm sorry for what you're going
You should have
through.
said goodbye, John.
You should have said
hope to
goodbye,
see you
John.
again.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Good luck with
I love
that,
you,
yeah.
John.
Poor choice.
Here's my greatest fear. This is a podcast that is going to be so famous one day. And John is going to be like the studio executive that's going to produce our show. And he's going to be like, I want to just quickly look at one of your earlier pieces. And this is going to fucking ruin it for us.
Yeah, none of that is gonna happen. But yeah,
Right.
Yeah, probably not.
Right.
Also, maybe I was lying. Maybe I kept his real name.
I feel like he would
He's
know
got zero.
whether or not that was his real name.
Yeah, that's a
He
pretty
was-
specific
Second of
text
all, you were very
conversation.
specific about whether it was
Good
Jon or John, so I feel like it was his real name.
Or maybe his
point.
name is John with an H. And he preserved anonymity that way.
So we're in the clear.
Yeah.
We're in the clear.